Hey everybody, it's Christopher Nejman. Well, have you been keeping up on the news today? Yesterday? What's happening all week? A new statement came out in the news today. How is it that someone is part of running a country and they do not know that you need to wear a mask when you go into a hospital to visit sick patients? How is it you don't know that? Stay with me. We're going to talk about this. Don't go away. I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back everybody. So now the news today says that Mrs. Pence said her husband did not know he had to wear a mask. Hey everybody, doesn't that tell you that this is the wrong vice president leader for this country? Don't you think that that is like, you know... Do you think maybe he's on too much drugs? Do you think maybe he's a big burnout? Do you think maybe he's just stupid? But what about his wife? Can you see that she's a codependent, maybe an abusive wife? Now this is all serious stuff now. For both of them to state that, you know, he didn't know he had to wear a mask, but he's standing there with all these people wearing masks and he didn't know he had to wear a mask. And then the Mayo Clinic said that they did inform him to. Now this is a man and his wife who claim to be Christians, right? Thou shalt not lie. Mrs. Betty Bowers will have a lot to say about this if she hasn't already. I'm not sure I understand what the heck is going on in that White House, but I will tell you this. Yeah. It's like a bunch of clowns running the country right now. People who don't know what they're doing. Here's how I look at it. This is how I summarize it. So remember all those college admission frauds where these actresses were paying for their kids to get admission to school because their kids were not smart enough to pass their own grades and get into schools themselves? Well, you know, this has been going on for years with politicians and rich people, you know, paying for their kids to get into college because their kids aren't smart enough to pass tests on their own to get in, right? So I'm thinking to myself, wow, did Mike Pence have a daddy like Donald Trump that paid for his college admission and pay for his answers to graduate? Are these men really that stupid? And I said, yes, they are, because I go to the grocery store and I see middle-aged white men with no masks on. No personal, they're not staying 6 feet behind. I told you the story in my last video. And sadly, this is America. And then when a woman defends her husband for doing something wrong in the public, she's defending. Instead of saying, I told him to, or da da da, and she's like being this submissive. She's probably abused. Women who act like Mrs. Pence are in an abusive relationship, and they won't leave. You know why they won't leave? Money and power in the way they live. You think they want to give up that gated community? No. 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 And I look at, you know, after you, like I said, I know I'm 60 years old and I've lived a while and I've noticed a lot of people, I've lived through things, and, you know, years ago they used to say old people are wise. Well, you know we're wise because we have experience. We have experience with what we've been through. We have experience what we see other people going through. And when we talk, listen to us, because we've been around a long time and we see these things happening and we recognize these things. And anyone who's going to be rebellious or post anything negative about this, you're probably in a denial relationship yourself. You're probably in denial, you know? And that's something you're going to figure out later on, because If this is what you're going to teach your children, one day you're going to be wondering, oh, he beats my daughter, he beats my daughter, oh, this and that. You know, if you raise your children and teach them how to lie, they're going to lie the rest of their life. If you set examples and as you're raising your kids, that's how they're going to be when they grow up. Now, Mike Pence and his wife, wow, he must have had a very, very bad father and a very submissive mother. But you know, there's a lot of women who want to live like that. There's a lot of women who want to live with a man like that. They want to live with a man who wants to abuse them. Which makes it difficult for women who are in an abusive relationship and want to get out, but they can't get out because their life is always threatened. Now here's a woman who is living and married to a vice president, and she's got the power of the media. She's got everything to go to protect her. But she lied. She's lying. So anyway, let's just take for example that, say, well, the Mayo Clinic said they told him and advised him. Okay, so let's just say it went in one ear and out the other because he can't seem to comprehend things. Do you ever see a look on his face? He always looks like he's stoned. The dude looks like he's on drugs and he's stoned all the time. He's got that straight face that looks like he's dazing out in the world, right? Okay. So now let's just say, for example, that he didn't comprehend what they were saying, okay? Well, let's see how much common sense someone has. You walk into a hospital and you see everyone wearing a mask, and you're the only one not wearing a mask? Let's think about this. Ooh, so a person with common sense and respect for others and respect for the authority figures who are the ones in charge of medical and infectious diseases and know their business, and you have medical staff that are putting their lives on the line to protect people, and he's going to walk in there and show disrespect, not even thinking, you know, I better put a mask on. And he's the leader of this country. He's the second in charge of this country, and he doesn't know to put a mask on in public. He's being just very rebellious like their followers. Here's a picture of their followers in Michigan getting into the face of policemen. Okay, now these followers, the article says they are supporters of Donald Trump, and they're in the face of these policemen. Okay, and they could be asymptomatic and not show any signs, but look at them in the face of these police officers screaming and talking, and their spit is spitting into the face of these police officers. They're attempting murder is what they're doing. There's attempted murder there, okay? Now, when all is said and done in the future, there's going to be a lot of lawsuits filed. You see, the information is out there just like the information is out there for Vice President, the man who's in charge of this country, the second in charge. And anyone who's going to defend him, well, you can defend him all you want, but there's facts. There's medical facts. And you need to respect the medical industry. This is why I'm making all these masks from my clients when they come into the salon. If my clients do not have masks, we can't find masks, they can adopt one of these masks to have their hair done. Okay? These cost me money to make. And, you know, it's going to cost people to buy masks. Wherever you go, you're going to pay money to buy a mask. You go to CVS, you go online. People have to spend money to buy masks. Unless you have a sewing machine and you can make your own. And this is what we see happening across this country today. How is it all these sewing machines are sold out in all the stores? Here's a picture when I was at Walmart. Look at the shelves are empty. I was at 2 different Walmarts, and I took pictures here of this one Walmart, and the shelves are completely empty of sewing machines. The fabric area is like practically dry. There's no fabric. In the notions department when I was there, they did have needles left. I should have grabbed a picture. I didn't take the picture, wasn't thinking. But listen, if the rest of the country knows to wear masks, how come the vice president didn't? Huh? That is no leader, my friends. That is someone that is not a leader who cares about your life. So the good news is there's a lot of intelligent people in this country who are buying sewing machines to make masks because they know they need to wear masks to save their life and the life they're standing next to and talking to or being near. Okay? There are people who know 6 feet social distancing. Okay? If you look at those protesters, again, let's look at that picture of these protesters in Michigan that are not anywhere near, they're not staying 6 feet away from each other. They're not staying 6 feet. Here's a video. Look at this woman. Look at this woman protesting. Okay? No face mask on, nothing in this video. Watch, listen. So, anyway, yeah, praise Jesus, praise Jesus. I don't know what Jesus they praise and praise to, but it's not the Jesus that gave me a brain to think for myself. See, I don't know, whatever Jesus they're praying to, that Jesus never gave them a brain. But the Jesus that the rest of us pray to and we read about, he gave us a brain. Remember the story of the 10 Commandments when Ramses was going to kill every firstborn. And Moses said, by your word, God's going to bring that threat. He's going to follow through with what you just said. So all the Hebrews, they want to be saved. God told them, paint this blood over the door of your home and stay in your home. And when the angel of death comes along, he will see that you're a believer and that you have a brain and you're doing what we tell you to by staying in your house. And the angel of death passed by that door and did not kill the firstborn inside that house. But the angel of death went to people like Mike Pence, who's not wearing a mask and is out in public, and these protesters who aren't protecting themselves, they're not behind their door, they're not staying safe. Those people are going to be the ones that are going to suffer. Their children and their kids are going to suffer because of their arrogance and their ignorance, and because of their fake Bible that they're reading. You want to get about religion? I'll get in your face about religion. I studied religion my whole life growing up. I will tell you about religion, what's right from wrong. And if you've got a brain, which most of these people don't, the more you die, the more jobs will be available for other people.
Are the captains of Egypt afraid of a night mist?
The death cry is everywhere. Some devil's curse, look!
I've known battle for 30 years, Pharaoh. But I've not known fear till tonight.
Aid. Have the captains join their men. The coming of dawn we will strike. No firstborn Hebrew shall live.
Let the Hebrews go, Great One, or we are all dead men.
It was your son?
My firstborn.
There is no magic cure. No spell to use.
He is the firstborn of Pharaoh.
We have no skill before this pestilence.
My father.
My son.
Your own curse is on him.
Where did you hear this?
From Moses.
I would not let his people go because your serpent's tongue hardened my heart. You only thought to keep Moses here. You cared nothing for my throne or my son.
I asked Moses for his life.
Shadow of death is on his face.
No. He will not die.
Captain, take my fastest chariot. Bring Moses to me.
I will bring him, mighty Pharaoh.
He's my only son. You have conquered, Moses. The foot of a slave is on the neck of Egypt. You were saved from the Nile to be a curse upon me. Your shadow fell between me and my father, between me and my fame, between me and my queen. Your shadow now fills all things with death. Go out from among us, you and your people. I set you free.
It is not by your word, nor by my hand that we are free, Pharaoh. The power of God has freed us.
Enough of your words. Take your people, your cattle, your God, and your pestilence. Take what spoils from Egypt you will, but go!
O Lord God, with a strong hand thou dost bring us out of bitter bondage. Tomorrow we go forth a free nation, where every man shall reap what he has sown, and bow no knee except in prayer. We will go with our young and with our old, with our sons and with our daughters. With our flocks and with our herds will we go. For I know that the Lord is great, and that our Lord is above all gods.
So, if you want to die, you stick together and stay away from people who are protecting themselves. Stay in your little gatherings like you are. Go next to each other without masks. Spit in each other's faces. Why don't you French kiss each other now too? Go ahead and French kiss each other. Share your saliva. Thank you. More jobs just opened up at the electric company. More jobs just opened up at all the power companies. And more people are going to get jobs because of your ignorance. That's the best thing that's going to come out of this. All those people are going to lose their jobs because they're going to die of their own ignorance by their own hand, which will open up more jobs in this country for other people. Think about that. Love you. Bye.